Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna go over how to get your first deal as a loan officer. And before we get started, I do wanna let you guys know that your first deal is not limited to these parameters. There's a billion ways you could get your first deal. These are just things that I observed to be the fastest and the most likely for your first deal. So without further ado, let's get started. Number one is going to be your sphere of influence, and that's because you already have an established relationship, an established emotion, and an established credibility with these people, right? They know you, they know what you're about, they have that relationship with you. So in other words, they're hot leads. And if they're in the market for a mortgage and they know that you do mortgages, they're gonna be willing to work with you. And a lot of people in the business, if you ask them what their first deal came from, they're gonna say a friend, a family member, their sphere of influence, including myself. My first deal was from my sphere of influence. So what I encourage you guys to do is first make a list of your sphere of influence and use this chart I found on an article. I have a link down below so you guys can read the full article if you want to. Use that chart because a lot of times we feel that our sphere of influence is only friends and family, when in reality, it's much more than that. So use that list to help you brainstorm your sphere of influence list. And after you have that list, I want you to create a game plan for those people, right? You need to have a game plan, a plan of action. And in that plan of action, I want you to incorporate these three things. Number one, you need to deliver value. So whatever game plan, whatever strategy you're gonna incorporate, make sure you deliver value. Number two, make sure that you demonstrate that you know what you're doing. And then number three, make sure they know what you're doing, right? Make sure they know what you're doing. Hey, I'm a loan officer. Number two, deliver some value. And then number three, demonstrate by actions that you know what you're doing, that you know how to be a loan officer, that you know how to do mortgages, right? Because a lot of people, sometimes they know that you're in the business, right? They may be a family member, they're gonna buy a home, but they feel that you don't know what you're doing, right? Because maybe you're brand new. They're gonna be like, hey, we're in the market for a mortgage, but Enrique, he's brand new. We don't know if he knows what he's doing, so we're not gonna use him. Nothing against Enrique, but we're not gonna use him. An example of this that I did was I created a first-time homebuyer workshop, and if you want, you can get the template on my website. I created that workshop and I reached out to my entire sphere of influence, all my friends on social media and my contacts. Hey, I just created this first-time homebuyer workshop. It would really help me out if you allowed me to present it to you. This way I could get some practice in. Most people are gonna say yes to that because what you're saying is, hey, can you help me out? I need practice. It's for my job. I need your help, right? Most people are gonna say yes. Most people that I told that to said yes, and then it gets you in front of them. You're able to show them what you do, show them that you know what you're doing, and also give value. So that's just a quick example. Really, you can be creative in what you wanna do. So it's important that you reach out to your sphere of influence and make sure you deliver those three things when you're in communication with them. Number one, value. Number two, make sure they know what you do. And number three, make sure they know that you know what you're doing. The second source for your first deal is going to be social media. Now, we could have included this with your sphere of influence because after all, your sphere of influence is on your social media or is part of your social media, but I want to talk about it separately because really it's a whole world of its own, right? Social media is a vast space, a vast sector. And the reason social media can be a great source for your first transaction is because it's follow-up and it's also exposure, right? You're promoting yourself and you're also following up with the people that already know you, your SOI, right? Let's say you have 100 friends and every now and then you're posting routines, you're posting what you do, you're posting your job, you're posting loan programs, you're posting tips and tricks and this and that. That's follow-up, right? They're being reminded what you do. They're being reminded what you're all about. So this is very powerful because follow-up is critical to the sales process, right? And we're selling loans. And if we're following up constantly, that keeps us top of mind. If we're top of mind and someone's in the market for a mortgage, they're gonna reach out to us. So it's very, very important that you market yourself on your social media. It's absolutely free. Some tips I would give you guys is make it fun, right? Don't make it boring. For example, I made this post the other day about a buyer's market. People like Star Wars. I like Star Wars. It also helps people know me more, right? Now they know that I like Star Wars. Another thing is make sure that you're delivering value. Number three, be creative. Do what you want to do. Be yourself. And then number four, be consistent. Be consistent with this information, be consistent with your posts, and I promise you, you're going to get results from your social media. For instance, I found this article that 78% of the people that market themselves, salespeople that market themselves on social media, do better than their peers. 78% generate more business. That's a big number. So make sure you're on social media. It's free. Most of your sphere of influence is on there, and we talked about your sphere of influence being super powerful. So make sure that you're marketing yourself on social media. And the third source for your first deal is Realtor partners. This is actually where I got my second deal. My second deal was from a Realtor partners. And that's because they're the best source of leads. And number two, they're gonna trust you because they trust the agent, right? If Bob sent you the lead, then the lead's gonna trust you because they trust Bob. So that's another great thing to working with Realtor partners is that they're your cheerleader, so your conversion is going to be higher. And I've made a couple of videos on how you can work with more realtors because it does take some strategy, right? It does take some technique. You don't just walk into the business, say, hello, realtor, work with me, and they work with you. 90% of realtors are not going to want to talk to you. So you need to have a strategy. You need to be unique. So make sure you check that video out and check that video out on how to work with real estate agent partners. Right here, what I want to share with you guys is simply this. Make sure you have a strong and expansive value proposition. When you sit down with a realtor, say, hey, I can offer this, and they're gonna be like, whoa, I love that. I wanna work with Enrique. Because you don't want to have the type of relationship where it's just one person giving. And a lot of times with realtor partner relationships, it's like that. It's the realtor giving, and the loan officer not giving anything in exchange, just asking, hey, send me more leads, right? So you don't want to be that loan officer. Make sure you're contributing equally to that partnership, just like a marriage. Right? In a marriage, you got to give 100% both sides, right? Bob's got to give 100%. Jill has got to give 100%. Both people got to give 100%. Not 25-25, not 50-50, 100-100. So that's what you want to have with your realtor partnerships. And another tip for you guys, if you're having a hard time connecting with realtors, is work with the new ones. The new ones are always willing, always excited to work with someone who's excited about their business, eager to start their business, and committed to their success. And that's you guys, right? You guys are committed to your success. You're eager, you're enthusiastic, you're excited. New agents love that because they also share that same type of energy. So if you're having a hard time, and even if you're not having a hard time, work with those new real estate agent partners because a lot of those new ones in a couple years will become top producers. And also don't underestimate them just because they're new, because chances are they might have someone in their sphere of influence that wants to buy. They're going to use them. They're brand new. And now because you're their lender, they're going to send you that deal. So don't underestimate new agents. I'm actually working a couple deals right now, all from new agents and their sphere of influence. So again, don't underestimate the new agent. Make sure you work with them. And also it's going to help you get exposure to their friends because, right, real estate agents have real estate agent friends. So if they love how you work, they're going to be like, hey, I have other friends that are realtors. Do you want to work with them, Enrique? And you're going to say like, absolutely. And now you're going to be working with more real estate agent partners. So those are some tips for you guys on how to work with more real estate agent partners because they're going to be a great source of a first transaction. And that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, comment down below, leave a big thumbs up, and subscribe for more content just like this. It really helps out the channel when you guys do that because it helps the channel grow, and when the channel grows, it can help more people. I make content on entrepreneurship, personal finance, life improvement, and loan officer training. Thanks again so much for your time. See you in the next video, and be great.